Okay, well here we are. It's been roughly 1 month since the last video of the 125-gallon reef tank. Using a different camera here. Again, this is another cell phone video. I've yet to buy a camera specifically for the tank videoing, but this should do just fine. Been a lot of additions to the tank. Yellow tang, sixline wrasse, Kole tang, hawkfish, madrin goby. Can't remember if I added any more corals or not. I have fragged the montipora cap into a few frags. Really, other than that, not a whole lot of changes to the system. The system is now 6 months old, about 6.5 months old now. There's my son giving his 2 cents. And, this is what we've got. It's definitely taken on a lot different color and texture to it. You can see a few spots on the back glass there, just still little spots growing coralline, and so I'll work over here and start showing you a little bit of the tank at a time. So here's the left side of the tank. What we've got going on here is fish swimming around. Moving down a little bit here to the center of the tank. Not as much movement in there. Oh, here come all the fish following me. And the right side of the tank. So, as you can see, everything's changed quite a bit. Let me zoom up here a little bit and show you the frags up there if you can see them. Yep, there's 3 frags. The light's really bright on them right now. Right under the metal halide, just a few inches off of it. Nice sebae anemone down there. Let me zoom in on it also. Yeah, you don't really get a good shot of the sebae. It's kind of small. It's only couple inches right now. There's our 6-line wrasse swimming by there. Kole tang just went and hid. He's still a little bit skittish. He's not even been in here a week yet at this point. Just all kinds of good stuff going on here. Yeah, I'll show you another couple little frags here. There's the montipora cap to the left that I fragged. And on the right, that's a little bitty bird's nest frag that there was actually a piece off of the bird's nest when I split it. There's the other one that I had split, and that's just a little piece of it that came off. It's growing really well. There's the mother colony of the montipora. As far as filtration goes, I had some issues with phosphates. So back here, and it's probably about time to clean it. Back here you see I've still got the skimmer, but I did add an algae turf scrubber, and that's what you see back there with all the brown, and probably can't see a whole lot of the green on this camera, but it's showing up more brown, but it's really green and brown and just really getting covered in algae, and that has actually reduced the phosphate levels in my tank. Made a visual difference in the tank as far as algae goes. There's a skimmer. I just cleaned it out a couple days ago. It's a little less than 48 hours worth of gunk built up in it. There's our hawkfish right there showing up. Kole tang to the left. Yellow tang obviously right there out front. Everything's looking good. There's a 6-line coming down there to say hello again. So everything's doing really well. Nice and healthy. Probably going to keep these lights on this tank for another 6 months or so. maybe 6 to 10 months. We are considering converting to LEDs. We are considering the Ecotech Radions, or the ASOL Blues. If we can't manage to fit either one of those in our budget, we'll probably go with the EcoRay 112Ds, and we'll get probably 3 of those on this tank. The Ecotech Radion's being number one because of all of the functions that it can do. I mean, they can do just so many things. They're fully adjustable, and you can make it thunderstorm in your tank look like a lightning show. There's so much you can do. You can adjust every color spectrum you can think of, from white to red, blue, and just really fine tune it for your personal preference and your coral preference, no matter what kind of corals you're keeping. Corals, clams, SPS, LPS, you name it, you can adjust the radions for it. The ASOLs, they're not as adjustable. They're supposed to be coming out with the ASOL Vega that has 20 channels, is what I've heard, and that's only rumor, because there's nothing really been released on them yet. It'd be the ASOL Vega. It's not out. When it comes out, I'll look into it, because it's supposed to be comparable to the Radions. But right now, the Ecotech Radions are $750 a piece, plus $45 each for a hanging kit. And this tank here, we could get away with 2. 3 would be preferred. So it's kind of, we're going to be looking at about $2,000 to put lights on this tank versus the $500 that we have using metal halides. But I believe them to save us the money in the long run, is we won't have to change bulbs every year. They're good for 10 or 12 years. Fully upgradable. If something does happen to an LED, we can swap them out, put new ones in. Just seems like really nice setups. We're still doing some studying and research into it, but at the moment, this is what we've got. Everything's maturing well. Like I said, at 6 months old, the tank's doing quite wonderful. Still haven't lost the freshwater background that I have on the tank, so that's why you're seeing a lot of the green in it. There's not really as much algae in it as it looks. It's the green background making it look more green than what it really is. We've got just all kinds of stuff going on in this tank. We do have some issues with algae here and there. I've got a couple spots of bubble algae and stuff, but you're never going to get completely away from those. There's a nice acropora that's pretty much doubled its size. I zoomed in on it there trying to show you some of the colors. A little tang's getting in the way, but it's doing really well. I was worried about that white tip on there. I thought it was bleaching, but it's actually growing. I'm guessing that white tip is because it's growing so rapidly. Not really a pro on the acroporas or anything, so I don't really know, to be honest. There's a montipora right there. That thing has doubled its size in about 2.5, 3 months. Back there, got one little straggler piece of xenia that broke off, and you got shrimp. Let's see if I can show you the shrimp. Yep, there he is. Coral banded shrimp. There's that hawkfish again. He's kind of ornery. That would be a fish that's it's not considered reef safe, but we really haven't had a whole lot of aggression issues out of him. I do apologize. I understand I'm bouncing around the tank here a little bit, so let me just zoom out on the tank here. Let me step back, show it to you, let you view it there, and there you have the whole setup. Tank's 6 months old, and we're really happy with it. About time to take out our power heads and wash them down there. They got some coralline and algae growing on them. But overall, pretty happy with the tank at 6 months. So, alright, well, that was a quick update. Trying out this new camera. Probably had to make a couple adjustments on it and get a better video quality to you folks, but there you have it. I told you I was going to wait at least a month for this update. Kept my word. Hopefully you see a bigger difference in the tank waiting 6 months. So there it is. Again, thanks for watching the video. Please rate it. Let me know what you want to see. You know, if my video sucks, let me know. If it's great, let me know. If you'd like to know more about anything I've discussed, a little bit you want me to go a little bit more in depth on everything, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate my videos. Subscribe to the channel.